there a tie-in between goth and the sex industry?
I don't know. I think every part of society probably has its tie-in with the sex industry. Gothics certainly have that feeling of kind of forbidden sexuality, and I think it appeals to some of maybe the baser instincts of people. They want to go for that bad girl or somebody they would perceive as bad. Not that the Gothic community has any worse morals than any other society, but I think the perception of most people is that when they look at this goth girl dressed in stiletto heels and fishnet stockings and bondage bracelets and a bondage collar, that she's going to be something that could fulfill their sexual fantasies. And that's a perception out there of the mainstream that when they come and hit on that Gothic girl, they'll probably find that it's not quite the way that they perceived it to be.
Why?
Well, they're just like any other people. I think you can't just look at them and say they look easy because they dress a certain way. They're the same as every other person. Some have their wrong, their loose morals, and some are more uptight.
Well, when I was for example, you were a DJ, right? And how long did you DJ, and where did you DJ? Sanctuary, you said?
I DJ'd at a place called the Ritz, which is no longer here in Salt Lake City, but that was about 9 or 10 years ago. I DJ'd there for a couple years at the club, and I also DJ on the radio. I've done a show for 11 years now on KRCL 90.9 FM. It's a community radio station, it's public radio, and I do an industrial show on that Sunday nights.
We interviewed other DJs here in Salt Lake City, and they would have a dancer come right up behind them at some club, Trails, for example. And I remember this girl, Haley, was standing there, and she was talking about the music she liked, and she was like, don't play Gwen Stefani, don't play the Black Eyed Peas, don't play Fergie. She's like, and then Dave sort of smiled at me and nudged me, and he goes, yeah, she likes the darker stuff. She wants the darker music. Mm-hmm. Goth, industrial. She's a dancer. So I'm sort of curious, is that whole instinct to perform to the dark music? For example, we got these tables, we got these pool tables. So you have Monique, and she's this hot girl here in Salt Lake City, and she's 14, and she's 15, and at 16 years old, she gets her first car, and 17, she's getting anxious, and 18, she's allowed in your club. Right. And she gets on that table, and she starts dancing, and she's wearing her fishnets and the outfits that you're describing, which are very provocative. Right. Is there a tie-in there? If she decides that she wants to have a DJ constantly play for her, because these girls also get paid a lot of money for dancing.
Yeah, you mean the girls in the stripper industry get paid, and we have the girls that come here. I think that they just enjoy the exhibitionism of it, and there are the ones that come to the DJ constantly and like to hear what they'd like to hear, and feel that somebody's playing especially for them, and they're the performer up there on the stage, and the eyes are on them, and everybody's watching them. I think a lot of them crave attention, and a lot of them are attracted to this Gothic subculture because maybe they don't feel like they fit in with the mainstream, but then they come here and find that acceptance, and they find that they can actually be the center of attention.
You have some of the hottest dancers in the country that are here. We've studied clubs and crossed the country 6 times from the West Coast to the East Coast. Underground clubs in Austin, Houston, Los Angeles, San Francisco, Seattle, here in Salt Lake City, of course, New York, Denver. And the girls are precise. The clothes they wear, sometimes they're decked out in over $3,000. I mean, it's, yeah. And they're hot. They're just absolutely amazing.
That's one of the little known secrets about Salt Lake, I think. The women here are very attractive, and you'll find that in general in Salt Lake City. We're lucky here that there are a ton of women in the Gothic subculture that are very attractive women, and some of them go all out. They'll buy latex dresses that cost hundreds of dollars, and it's a different type of couture, but the extravagance is there in their dress, and they have their dance moves down, and they like to be very emphatic about what they're doing on the dance floor when listening to music. But some of the crowd out here is just fantastic looking, and I think we're known as far as the goth industrial subculture that's one of the best places to come here at Area 51 and find that.